What is going on, YouTube? So, can King of the Hill come back in 2019 or 2020? That is what we're going to talk about today. So, if you're a King of the Hill fan, you know that it came out on Hulu about a month ago, which is awesome. I've been binge watching it over the past month or so. Love King of the Hill. I watched it all the time on Adult Swim when I was around 12, 13, and that was like almost 10 years ago or so. So I love King of the Hill. I also watched it on Fox last couple full seasons, and it's an awesome show. Love King of the Hill. I relate to it way too much. Hope they bring it back, and there's rumors that it can come back, and that's what I'm talking about here today. This article is from Elite Daily, and if you were to Google like King of the Hill revival, there's a ton of articles about it, and they're all roughly around from like March, April, May, and it's the same interview with Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, the creators of King of the Hill. So simply it says that they want to kind of bring it back. Fox has an interest in bringing it back. It's just more of a scheduling issue for Greg Daniels and Mike Judge because they both have their own shows. Like Mike Judge is doing Silicon Valley. He's the producer of that, and Greg Daniels does stuff for like TBS and some other shows he's intertwined in that might get revived also. Like it says he's involved with Parks and Rec, so who knows, but they are both interested in it. But it's just there's some things that need to work out before they're able to do King of the Hill. But one thing I do find very interesting about the King of the Hill revival, if it does happen, is that Mike Judge wants to age the characters, which I think is a really cool idea because it kind of reflect, I don't know, it'd be able to reflect how the country has changed in the last 10 years since the show was on back in 2009. Technically, it ended in 2010, I think. But no, it ended in 2009, according to this article. So the world has changed a lot in 10 years, and I think it's really cool to be able to age Bobby to his early 20s, and Peggy and Hank would be in their late 50s, early 60s, depending what age you want to make them. And I think it'd be really cool to see their kind of perspective on that and their thoughts, of course, of being them. And it'd be kind of cool to see Bobby kind of grow up, not be a silly 12, 13-year-old anymore, be more of a young adult, and him getting into stuff that way. And I think it'd be awesome to see. Seems like everyone's pretty much interested in coming back and doing the show, according to this article. But the only bad thing is that some characters won't come back because the voice actors died. Like the voice actress of Luann died shortly after the show ended, like a few months. I think she passed away before the show actually ended itself. Is just, of course, all the recording and stuff was done. So that's sad that Luann can't be a character anymore, because I doubt they'd recast her. That'd be kind of I don't know, I feel like they wouldn't do that. So who knows what they're going to do with that character if they bring back the show. Also, Lucky, Tom Petty passed away this last year, 2 years ago. So obviously that character's gone for. So I've read some things online. What they could do is Luann and Lucky had a daughter, I believe. They had a kid, and they could kind of show maybe Hank and Peggy raising the girl or helping raising the girl, since Luann and Lucky maybe died in an accident or something like that. And that'd be kind of a way to have Hank and Peggy being parents again, but they're older parents raising their niece. And would it be their niece? Great niece or something like that? I'm not sure. Comment down below what they would be, because Luann is Peggy's niece. So would that be great niece? I have no idea. But they're relative, and all that shenanigans can go on. Of course, you have Bobby and other characters, and of course you would have Dell, Boomhauer, and Bill. You'd have to have the staples of King of the Hill, because it would be a different show in a sense, but you got to have the same roots of Hank and the guys sitting on the alley drinking beer, because you just got to, and all the shenanigans in the neighborhood, just because it's just funnier in hell. You have to have that. But I really like the ideas of kind of changing up the era of it, going 10 years into the future from like when we last saw them, and aging the characters and just changing stuff up. I really hope Lady Bird lives, though. That'd be sad if Lady Bird is not alive. Just make Lady Bird, 23-year-old dog. I wouldn't question it. Hope Lady Bird survives. But let me know your thoughts down below on the King of the Hill revival. I hope it happens. I know in this weird PC world we live in now, people can look at some of the older episodes of the King of the Hill as like controversial, but really I don't think they are. They all are good-hearted stories for the most part. They all have good values. Pretty much work hard. People can be different. We see each other's views differently, but still have a common goal to work together and stuff like that. Love King of the Hill for that. And I think all the characters reflect someone in some different way. I personally do. but maybe you think differently. I know more and more shows are getting revivals. I know like Roseanne and so forth. Some other shows like Will and Grace have gotten brought back. And I think King of the Hill would fit perfectly into that. It's an animated show. It's kind of the perfect time, I think, to bring it back. It's been 10 years. At least bring it back for a little bit and see what people think of it. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be awesome. I'd be looking forward to it. I'm all for it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you want King of the Hill to return? If you do you think it will happen in 2019 or 2020? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.